No, no, no. Leave am now. I will juice am. I say you wan give me my chop now like this. No, I no wan chop yet. Hmm?
Honestly, I could go on
I
and
will
on.
squeeze am with that.
That's so phenomenal.
No,
The
no,
time
no
we
worries.
played
Maybe you get grapes too now.
now it's messing around. I killed an eel, I buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconut. What's the lesson? What does it take away? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the tapestry here in my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been, I'm making it begin. Look at that, making it Maui.
Morning. Come and say hi to Nigeria.
Yes. You said?
Morning, Uncle. How are you?
Okay, we're coming back.
Pineapple. You're coming
25.
back. Okay. All right.
In 25. Looks like you're in
All
a
right.
noisy place. Do you want to get out from there?
Hi.
I can hear you.
Yeah, but the background noise will seep into
Where'd
our
you be?
conversation.
You went out?
Oh, okay. All right. Let me go somewhere. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but you need to get away from the voice. And that happens to be one of my favorites when it concerns anime soundtracks. That is You're Welcome from Moana. I do love it very much. And this is Film Focus, where we talk all about movies and movies and movies and every other thing in between. You're Welcome from Moana. Of course, that song was by Dwayne Johnson. I mean, the voice. He was the demigod. He was Maui. Yes. Now I have my guest as usual, or the analyst. His name is Irabo Okosun, and we're talking about a number of things, including the partnership of Amazon Prime with the federal government of Nigeria. So back to it. Before we went on that break, I said I wanted to talk about something you highlighted. You said we don't necessarily need those international partnerships for validation, but we could make our own thing here, and they would come over for it. Now, is
Hmm.
that not what we're already doing? And then maybe you need to expand more on that.
All right.
Plus,
Let me expand more on that.
okay, okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, for example, there are a lot of Nigerians home and abroad doing great things, whether in Nollywood, whether in Hollywood. In Nigeria has been tapped to direct, the upcoming Captain America. That's a Nigerian, who is operating in Hollywood and is the director. What I'm trying to say is that, yes, any Nigerian or most Nigerians that have the opportunity for capacity building or opportunity to work where, the major acts are, they will thrive because Nigerians struggle, they go through hardship to even try and get a little to go. Case in point, Nollywood producers. Now, what I'm saying is government itself, it shows that they are clueless because if they had a clue, they would know how to establish their own industry in Nigeria. So, me, I'm talking about making your own house in order first before you now just rush as a first point of call to now say, oh, foreigners come and develop us. I'm saying that mentality is what has been holding Nigeria, Nollywood, everything, behind. That's my point. There's nothing wrong in collaborating with people internationally. I mean, part of my schooling was done abroad. There are benefits to it. I understand that. But my point is the mentality of saying that or believing that, until foreigners come before you're able to develop yourself. That's my own. That's my point.
Okay. I am not so sure, at least from my point of view, I am not so sure that that's what they intended. But you know what? I'll read out some of the excerpt of that meeting by some of the things
No,
that
I'm not saying
Alhaji.
that that's what the Amazon Prime federal government deal intends. I'm just saying that
Mm,
in a broader scope,
yeah, I understand what
that's
you
not
mean.
the only solution. Yeah, all right.
But what I mean is, I think we are already trying. We are already on that path, and we need more hands.
No,
I'll hold on, Irabo. Let me read out some of the things that Alhaji Mohammed said in the Wednesday meeting. So this meeting happened on Wednesday, and he said that we also, this is word for word quote from him now. He said, we also discussed that, yes, we are a great film country, but we need more of capacity building. We need more of long-term investment on individuals. When quality content are produced and streamed, it would create wealth for upcoming artists who would be encouraged to create more films, thereby creating more jobs and revenue for government. And then he also said that Nigeria was expected to produce 50 films weekly, but emphasis would be on quality and not quantity. Furthermore, he said, we look forward to the collaboration with Amazon. We do not want a situation whereby Amazon will just come here, take our content and go with it. We want Amazon to also contribute to the growth of the industry in terms of the capacity building and in terms of transferring technology to our people. So if I get you correctly, Irabo, you're saying that this last two lines that Alhaji Muhammad said or uttered should not be, that we are supposed to be the one investing in ourselves first.
No. See, the points are great. You understand? Although they're just, to me, my own opinion, they're just lyrics. The points are great. The point I'm also trying to make is, yes, it's even better when I'll give an analogy now. Okay, you meet someone, it's better that the person has already even developed themselves to a point, not meeting the person now having to now train the person. It's like meeting someone in our own generation now. You see that the person hasn't even been to school, hasn't even gone through NYSC, hasn't even been to the labor market. Like, you just, oh my God, there's a lot you need to now even cover before you guys even now start your own journey as a couple or something. You get my point? So that's where I'm coming from. The points are great, technology, building capacity, everything, whatever the case, no problem. I am saying that Nollywood and other industries, look at the music industry, for example, look at how they've been self-sufficient on their own. Now, you see international musicians trying to collaborate with Nigerians because they are trying to get clout. Nigerians are winning Grammy Awards. They decided, the stakeholders themselves decided, the Don Jazzies and co. They said, we can establish this thing to a point. So where I'm coming from is, it doesn't have to be an Amazon deal that would come for Nigeria itself to put money together that we have in abundance to create a film village, for example. We are still struggling with having an airline. I mean, in 2022, that's crazy. So the point I'm trying to make is, you don't have to wait or make international collaborations before you now think that the industry needs capacity building or the industry can, build its capacity. That's my point. This is a welcome addition, fine, but is that it? Is it going to end there? And before this, what was there in the first place? Take out DSTV and Iroko TV. What Nollywood do you have except, the old Nollywood that they still do Asaba films? That's about it. Take out Film House. That's about it. Silverbird came into the scene. They only did distribution. Yes, cinema business was good. What did they do after that? Nothing. They've not produced one film. That's the point I'm trying to make. And that's all, we are trying. We have tried. It is what limits us. Somebody just does one little thing like, you have tried, hey, that's good, and everybody goes to sleep. No, I am never going to subscribe to that. Never, ever. Because we're in 2022. What is and again, when I say what is the highest amount of money used to make a film, I'm not saying it by, the stretch of imagination that, every film must have a big budget. No, I'm saying it in the sense that, big budget films that are required because they are big budget films, because of the story and the capacity of the film. We have not done that till today. Do you understand? We've not done that till today. So that's my point. So that's it. I'm not saying that, I'm not bashing this collaboration. I'm just saying, what did we do before? What have we been doing before? What has Lai Mohammed and his ministry done since, he started, this administration for Nollywood? I don't like all this, we did 4 billion this, we did that, we did this and everything. It doesn't mean anything. Do you understand my point? So that's where I'm coming from.
All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we will maybe move away from that and even talk about some of the recent Nollywood movies we have watched and seen on Netflix and the likes. This is Film Focus here on Smooth 98.1.
Love music, love life. Smooth 98.1.
Guys, I'm doing a live show.
Time to rise up. Can you keep up?
That noise is putting our head in.
Yeah, sorry, I have to tell them. I've told them. Sorry, no vex. I noticed it and I was happy you went on the break. Sorry, no vex.
Yeah.
In the network, I don't try. The network, no. Yeah. Now why you know go well like with the drag.
Of July at 7 p.m. on PST channel 198. African Magic headlines. Sausage Flutterwave. Niger is rated 18. Have you been disconnected?
But I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Shane, I'm not saying that. Shane, understand what I mean?
I understand.
If you already have your NIN, here
Okay, you're just being a journalist, have you?
one dial star 85 hash. Your national identification number NIN.
So we come back soon.
3.
And then we move to some of the, we start by analyzing some of the recent Nollywood movies we've watched, like Prophetess, and some of the ones that you have watched in the, we go in.
Visit
Hmm.
www.mtn.ng. If you want to have a national identification number, look into any MTN store or NIMSI center near you, or visit the MTN website to book an appointment. What are we doing today?
Hi, Lagos. My name is Chifa.
Right now, you're listening to Film Focus here on Smooth 98.1. It is that part of Strictly So where we discuss movies and everything else. Very interesting. And of course, the movie recommendations. We have been talking about the partnership of Amazon Prime with the Nollywood coming from the federal government of Nigeria. And it's been an interesting one. By the way, you can join us live on YouTube where we are streaming. Go to youtube.com/smooth 98.1. Again, Smooth 98.1 FM Lagos is the YouTube channel. So you go there, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. My guest on YouTube, at least via Zoom, is Irabo Okosun. So let us even take these things one by one. Let's talk about some of the recent Nollywood movies we've watched. Over the weekend, I think you said you saw Prophetess, right?
I saw Prophetess when it came to cinema, but just like
Okay.
every anthill or Film One production, they almost entirely get on Netflix or Amazon or any of all these streaming services or the airlines. Prophetess is that film that is that film that is like Nigeria's situation where Nigeria has a lot of potential. Everything is kind of supposed to make sense, come together because you have the right cast, you have the right plot, you have the right resources. Everything is just there, and you're expecting that it would culminate into something beautiful. But then you just oh my God, another miss. That's how I see Prophetess. It's a great story. A lady who and the fact that it merged it with betting, something that is contemporary right now in Nigeria, but they just didn't deliver it properly. So there's an issue with Nigerians and their writing. I think maybe from the producers, they need to realize that they can and should do better with their writing and not just just give them anything to be the watch. It's coming from a somewhat known name, that kind of thing. So that's the problem I have with Prophetess. It wasn't written completely. It wasn't written in-depthly. It was just a great story that wasn't utilized to the fullest. Tony Abraham overacted in this film. Tony Abraham is one of my favorite actresses, but she overacted. She did like a Shola Shobowale, impression where Shola Shobowale, there are times you're just looking at Shola Shobowale, like Shola Shobowale, stop screaming, just act for us. We're okay with acting, not screaming, And I say this with all due respect. I know a lot of people notice what I'm saying, but everybody will still want to join the bandwagon of, we can never criticize stars, which I don't subscribe to. You get. So that's where I'm coming from with this film. And Damien Okolanwo did a great job, for the mere fact that he's eating raw pepper live on set. That's deep. That's great acting. Damien is one of the finest actors. I'm not talking about
I agree.
physically. I'm talking about vocationally. So that's it.
Okay, a number of things I want to take from what you've just said, but before that, please, if you're listening, go to our WhatsApp and send in your messages. Have you seen the movie Prophetess? It's not The Prophetess, it's Prophetess. Have you seen it? Well, send your messages and your thoughts. Do you agree with Yorabo? He said that it is, wow, such a mean comparison. You said it is like a Nigerian situation where everything is supposed to be great, but nothing seems to be working. Well, that's me paraphrasing now. Do you agree with him? 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. Send your thought and comment, your review, and your feedback on the movie Prophetess. Now, overacting. I don't even know which element to even separate from what you have just mentioned. But you know what? What would you have done better in terms of every other thing? I think one of the things that I found interesting in that movie was the casting. I could never have imagined Kehinde Bankole in that kind of a role. So I felt it was
Mhm.
interesting, it was intriguing, and she
Yeah.
delivered well.
Yes, she did. She did. So you know that thing about feminism where you take 1% of the male world and blow it all up like all men are a certain way. You get Kehinde Bankole in that film should not be neglected because the entire film itself, when we're talking about the plot and the execution and other characters, so you just get sucked into that whole generalization. If we're going to pick apart performances, Kehinde Bankole, one of the finest actresses out there, physically and talent wise. So she can play house girl, she can play sexy vixen cheating on her husband in 50. She can play high class lawyer or doting wife in Blood Sisters. She has range basically. She's like
Mm.
Steph Curry. Uh-huh. So, but if you take that out of the picture, who else can you talk about aside Kennedy and DM? If you look at the way the stadium sequences were done, it was so amateurish. You're now wondering, oh, are you going to invest in VFX properly and put out a great work, or find another way to get the stadium thing going without using VFX? So that's where strategy comes into play, not just let's go and do a film. There are certain people that I know that have shelved a lot of productions because they said, if we're not going to do it right, we're not going to do it right. I mean, we're not going to do it at all because of certain things they need in that production to make it, what it's supposed to be. So hopefully these types of deals like the Amazon deal, I'm expecting Netflix to also do something. They've been doing something, but it's a competition and it's streaming wars. So Amazon has done one. Let's see what Netflix will do. Disney Plus is already doing something. They're supposed to come to Nigeria next year. Then you have Showmax, who is also, tying things with African Magic, through Big Brother, growing their subscription base. So but the whole idea of this that I believe, these stakeholders are just trying to cash out, which is fine. It boils down to Nigeria, the Nigerian economy. How many people have smartphones? How many people have disposable income to be able to subscribe to Amazon or Netflix? How many people are available? If you calculate that amount, against the investment that these guys are making, how long are they going to get returns? I think it was a few months ago that DSTV published that they are now making profit after how many years being in Nigeria. So the Nigerian economy has to be fixed. We can do so many partnerships, do everything we want to do, whatever. Will they be able to recoup investment? They want Amazon not to just come to Nigeria and get content and go. Really, what are you offering? I've given you several analogies about, meeting somebody. Is the person up to your level or even somewhat up to your level where you can now come together and grow together instead of now training somebody that has not even gone through life? So let's talk about the realities. Let's talk the real numbers. Nigeria's population, how many are out of work? How many are functional? How many have disposable income? How many would even bother to want to go and subscribe to Amazon or Netflix or whomever, and keep it steady for a long period of time where you can have, budget projection. So until Nigeria is fixed, all these partnerships are not going to function properly, in my own opinion.
See, these are not me questions, mind-boggling questions. And I really thought about that. There was a day I was thinking about how you invest or how you spend. Your running cost is in dollars and your earning is in naira. How do you cope How do you? I don't know. But you know what? I really don't want to think so much about it because I want to believe that before they came down here, they had done one or two math or arithmetic, as the case may be, and they have seen what is obtainable. So I want to believe that they are playing the long game because if you're trying to earn things in the short run on your own, no. Cisco Delgado on WhatsApp says, Irabo is 101% correct. Nigeria is supposed to be a great nation in all ramifications, but the question is always, where did we get it wrong? Is it leadership? Well,
Yeah,
that is actually,
yeah.
you know what? I don't want to descend into that topic right now. This is film. This is supposed to be a feel-good
No,
time, not
that's the
excavating
thing,
issues.
Phil.
And sadly,
That's
it
the
is
thing,
spilling
Phil.
into different aspect. I understand. It is
That's the
spilling
thing,
into
Phil.
different aspect of
Yeah,
Nigeria. But you
yeah,
know what? We will just
yeah.
concentrate on what is working for now. Even I don't know if I believe myself.
Well,
Let's talk,
what's working?
let's
What's
talk
working for
about
now? What's working for now? We're churning out content. That's working for us. I
yeah.
mean, 50 films in a week. We're churning out content. That one I can beat my chest and say yes. We give birth to films like dogs. Do to puppies. Like we give birth to films. We have a lot of films that come out. Good, bad, horrible, worse. I mean, in terms of finished product, no matter how contaminated or stomach running that product or project might be, we have
Easy.
finished product. We put out products. We put out films. You know, on a very very large scale, unimaginable. In fact, like I'm even surprised that we're able to still churn out films with the situation going on in the industry and the country at large.
That's one superpower that we have in Nigeria. We make anything work. Even if it might not be the best, we still make things work. We
Yes,
are
yes,
literally the kind of people who can survive on the worst. But
yes.
really wish that we could be better. You know what?
Hmm.
I'm not going
I
to
really
turn
wish.
this into a freshly pressed or Lagos Talks. It's not supposed to be depressing. It's supposed to be feel
Mm,
good. So let's talk about some
mm,
movies. Speaking of superpower, there is one
mhm,
I am looking forward to because of one of the
mm,
actors in there. That's
mhm.
DC League of Super Pets. Have you seen the
Yeah.
trailer?
Yes, I've seen the trailer. Anything with Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart is money. Those guys know how to market. They have studied the business. They know what to do. They start their promotion way before they even start shooting. Then while they're shooting up until the time the film is in cinema and afterwards, they're still promoting. That's another thing that I want Nigerian actors to imbibe.
You read my mind. Because there were
But
some,
now you cannot blame them because they don't get paid enough. There's no structure. So to them, they think they are slaving away trying to promote somebody's film where they're just giving like 0.0001% out of it. Eventually, they do now get royalties off of the film. So it's another dynamic. But again, back to Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, a feel good movie. They've been doing BTS shorts, doing things and putting it out there, and I'm loving it, like you said.
yes, I really do. The fact that I saw the trailer, it was quite hilarious, where the pets didn't know that they had superpowers, and of course,
Mhm,
the major guy, which is Dwayne Johnson, happens to be the pet of Superman, and it is really lovely. You should check it out on YouTube, DC League of Super
mhm,
Pets. And I think any pair that has Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart, they just have a way
mhm,
of cracking you up so bad. Now, back to
mhm,
something you mentioned, how they have been doing the advert and the BTS of these things in order to push the publicity. I think one film that needs this is, I don't know if you've come across it, it's titled Obaram. It's a musical. It's supposed to be
Oh
one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
first musical to come out of Nollywood.
Mhm,
And there is very little about this. And
mm,
I am displeased. You have the likes of Caveman, you have Onyeka Owenu in this movie, you have Nkemowo, you have who else now? Nancy Isime happened to be
mhm,
the lead character. There should be
mhm,
so much about this. And
mhm,
now I'm tempted to be distrustful because musical are supposed to thrive on good vocals, good music rendition, and all of that. Do we have,
mhm.
can Nancy do that? I've never heard her sing. So
Um, the thing about what you just okay, let me go to Greatest Showman. The lady who sang Never Enough, it was acting. She wasn't the one who sang it.
yeah, yeah, sure.
So you can have actresses, play certain roles like that. You can superimpose and do all those
Do
things.
we have
But
the
now,
technology
I would
to
say
sync it
I won't say
perfectly?
we have the technology. No, we have the money.
Okay.
I would say that we have the money. Once you have money, I want to believe the next thing is just a HR job at the end of the day, knowing the right people to put together.
Mm.
You know, let me just put it out there in case anybody's listening. I can do that job. If you guys are hiring, I can do that job. Yes, I can do that job.
Because
Trust
I
me, with
remember,
one hand.
sorry to interrupt you, sorry.
Yes.
Because I remember I was talking about this same thing when we were analyzing Glamour Girls. Play Network
Mm.
has the money, or they have the money, or they had the money, but what became of that?
I'm not even going to even go to
We take
Play Network.
we take a
I'm
breather
going
now.
to I'm going to break. I'm going on break.
When we come back, we will be taking the last leg of the conversation. Imagine how time flies. This is Film Focus here on Smooth 98.1. 98.1. You can have money and not know how to spend it though, or where to get the
And
right thing.
that is my point. You have money, you don't know how to spend it, no problem. Give it to the people that now have the sense to spend the money. That's my own.
They'd be
Don't
willing.
give it to
In
your
a place like Nigeria where competence sometimes is shoved to the back to give place for she's my person, nepotism and all of that. See, this thing just tires me. It's supposed to be a feel-good thing, but the Nigerian factor shows up again.
It must always boil back to Nigeria. Look, that thing I said about economy. Now think I'm like really, 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 really. How many people have Netflix subscriptions like on their own in Nigeria? If they actually tell
Even
you the
one
number,
person having Netflix, about 5 people are sharing.
five people share. I mean, like I get calls from people like towards month, and there was even a time that I changed my card. I mean, my card expired or something. Like 3 people that I didn't know personally told me, say, Organa fan are like, where is our Netflix that you have not subscribed to? Do you understand? So then Amazon Prime is coming and there's already Netflix. They're not expecting people to now come on Amazon Prime. When the economy is not that great, you now want to have 2 subscriptions, active subscriptions over a year. Come on. Let's talk those real numbers.
I want to believe that they've done their math. Because without that,
they've not done their math. That long game that you say they are playing, you play long game when you see potential, as in actionable potential. They are playing long game of, this girl is fine. They've not even got to see if the babe can talk or speak English. Simple.
Please, we come back and you give recommendations.
Oh, that's true.
And we are back for the final part of the discussion here on Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. I didn't know that time was going to run this fast. We are actually out of time, but before we leave here finally, just some recommendations for the weekend. I will start with mine, The Gray Man. Have you seen that, the trailer?
Yeah, The Gray Man. That's a great recommendation. Yes.
Yeah, I know. So what do you think about it? What are you expecting from it?
I'm expecting to be surprised, just like when I went to watch Salt in cinema. I saw Salt trailer and poster. I was just like, I hope this is going to be a great action film. I didn't really, put my mind to it, but when I got in there, I was like, oh wow! And Salt now is one of my better action films of all time. So I'm hoping Gray Man, becomes that. Gray Man is a very, very good trailer. If you watch it, I'm sure you'll be convinced to even, try to give it a shot to go and watch. In cinemas. So guys, head on, go and watch The Gray Man. It's a 2022 film. IMDb currently gives it 6.7 over 10, 49% on Rotten Tomato. It's an action thriller. It's about 2 hours, 2 minutes. The brief synopsis basically is when the CIA's top assets, his identity known to no one, uncovers agency secrets, he triggers a global hunt by assassins set loose to go and retrieve his ex-colleague. Yeah. So release date is July 15th. Joe Russo and Anthony Russo are the directors of this one. So those are the guys from Marvel.
Mm-hmm. I think the first surprise for me is seeing Chris Evans being cast in a villainous role. That is the first one for me because I never could associate Chris Evans, that's Captain America, with anything other than good.
Yeah.
So that's the
Mhm.
first one for me. I do like it and I am excited. Now it's coming to the theaters today, 15th of July, but you can watch it on Netflix next week, Friday. So get
Mhm.
ready for it.
Mhm.
Which other one do you have lined up?
So just to pinpoint something about the Gray Man, their budget was $200 million.
Yeah, one of the most
So you see what I'm
expensive
saying
in
about,
Netflix.
yeah, one of the most expensive. So their budget is $200. So imagine how much you can do with $200 on multiple projects. Now, let alone having $200 on a particular project. Anyway, so back to things to watch. I don't know if I've recommended this one already. I mentioned people should watch The Fall. So if they've seen it, they should let me know what they think. Another film is The Ghostwriter. You have Pierce Brosnan, the former James Bond, on there. It's a good film. Go and check it out. Then another TV show for people to watch is Halston, Halston, Halston. It's on Netflix, so you can easily check it out.
Are you a fan of the Resident Evil series?
Not really a fan, but I love franchises like that because it keeps the audience going, wanting more and seeing more. Yeah, so that's about it. I'm not even a fan of Lord of the Rings and all those Avatar and
Yeah.
all those Matrix. By the way, Matrix is one of the horrible franchises ever in terms of just sheer film, juiciness. Yeah, I don't see why people love the Matrix. Like I watched it again last month, part one, part two, part three. I say, okay, maybe I'm not seeing something that people are seeing.
Mm. Okay, thank you. We already have the recommendations for this weekend, so I hope that you caught that. And if you didn't, you can go back to our YouTube channel where we will save the video for you. Just look for hashtag Film Focus 981 and you can share it with somebody too, maybe a stakeholder in the Nollywood movie industry, and let us get better all together because we are all in this together and we need to get better because we are Nigerians and we need to make this work. Thank you so much as usual, Yorabo. I look forward to another time with you discussing
A
films
pleasure.
and maybe it
Oh
will
yes.
be not bashful the next time. All right, Lagos and the rest
No,
of the
no.
world.
Mine is never bad. Mine is always full stop.
I believe you. We
Always full stop.
continue with the soul music, and of course, you have to stay tuned because it's a feel good Friday. It's always a good time here on Strictly Soul. My name is Oluwashin Olusegun, and coming from Gerard Anthony. Never see her again. Okay. See you
Madam,
next. So you're going back to
peace
bed
out.
now?
I would try. Uh, Everybody's awake, so I guess I don't know. I would figure it out. I even need to get my suit
Is that
today, so I'll be going to
just
office. I said I need to get a
the
suit
wedding?
today, so I'll be going.
Ah, okay.
Eh?
Enjoy. Have the
Mm.
best.
Yeah.
On YouTube,